And that's when I found out that sometimes the free sushi just isn't worth it.
Howdy, you guys.
Oh, hey guys.
I feel like 30 seconds might be a long time. That's what she said.
Well, mine went by mine seemed like it went by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations, guys. We are officially canceled for the last time. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're kind of. It's not tracking, but yeah, you're fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the PR Project.
Episode 93.
Well, how about this?
Episode number 93.
Yeah. There you go.
My name is Aaron.
Gary, and this is Tommy over here. If he can get his hands working. There he is. It's a lively episode so far. So this episode's called Radio Silence, Dead Air.
Yeah, let's work on that. Let's work on that. Gary, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I did not run today. I took the day off.
Called in sick from running?
I did. I slept in till 9:30 this morning. It was glorious.
Me tell you something about the fall. You can sleep in on a Sunday. You don't have to, hypothetically, you don't have to do your long run at 9 a.m. and worry about it getting hot because it's not hot.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah. I thought about I woke up at 6:37 thinking, okay, I'll get out at 7 and go run because I was going to go to the Lions game today.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's still dark. It's still dark outside. I don't want to go outside in the dark. And Megan's like, you can take the day. Like, you don't have to go out every single day. And that was all I needed to hear. And I closed my eyes for like a couple. Like, I'm done. That's a good idea. So
that was your permission. That was all the permission you needed.
Yeah. Tommy was disgusted.
No, Tommy heard you could take the day, and he took the day. So
take it out. He's out.
Pick the right Lions game to go to. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch them that close because we had some pretty close seats.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing how big and fast those guys were is unreal. But glad he's gone. Damn. Allison is just throwing the shade already. Glad he's gone.
You know, sometimes we need this feedback. We need this listener feedback.
I do. Yeah. We're going to put this in the notes for next episode for sure.
For sure. I missed you guys last week. I was out doing stuff in junk. So my apologies to those who may have realized I wasn't here or those who may have not realized I wasn't here.
I think you were out celebrating the city, though, celebrating the successful Reap Week, as the kids say.
Yeah, it was really cool. Everybody that ran from the run club and everybody that just running adjacent in Detroit and people that came from outside of Detroit to come to the city to experience the Free Press Marathon for the first time. That was really cool just to see people enjoy the routes that we run all the time and to get to kind of see them with fresh eyes through them. It was really cool.
Yeah. And, I don't know how many people came up to me and said, hey, did you see the front page of the pre-press of those two marathoners when they hugged each other? And I was like, yeah, we actually know those folks, but it's cool to be able to like point out to, those are fellow runners. We've run with them before. It's a great story for the Free Press. Having two, locals, or adopted hometowns, win the race like that.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Definitely a viral moment. That was super sweet. Somebody mentioned it to me because I wasn't at the finish line and I didn't really know what was going on in the race because I was more so focused on the other people. And they're like, did you hear about the couple that both won the marathon? And I'm like, no, but I should have knew. I should have knew who it was. Like,
yeah,
I seen Sydney at mile 8 and she was a little further back than I expected her to be, but I don't think I factored in some of the women I seen in front of her was half marathoners.
Oh, right.
So I'm not sure if she was in the lead, if she was the lead marathoner at mile 8, but she was pretty close to the front.
So I'm just gonna sit here and maybe not talk as much. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Cool. So anyway,
Detroit had 2 weekends in a row that were amazing. So Free Press and then the Lions. And I was so jealous the whole time, Gary, I was watching this game. I'm like, Gary's there watching them kick butt. That was great.
Yeah. No, the crowd was great. It was sold out. We had a fun section. You could tell the people who sat where we sat were season ticket holders, and they had their own chants going. I was telling Aaron, these guys are just, it's just see them that close. They're so fast, and how big they are and how fast they move. It's just really it's fun to watch like professionals do professional things.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tiny.
I think you might have said that they were like Nito fast or something like that earlier.
They were super duper.
Yeah, super duper fast. Yeah, like no, it's incredible. They're like I decided before the game today that I was officially going to rejoin the fandom of the Detroit Lions. Like before the game, like I wasn't like, okay, let's see a blowout. I was like, you know what? I think it's time. We're gonna re-enter as like fans of the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I'm not quite there. Well, I feel like I would be betraying myself if I did that. I like to see them do well, but I swore them off so like matter of factly. I feel like if I came back at this point, it would be disingenuous.
I didn't like swear them off. I just threw my hands up.
It's kind of hard to watch for a long time. You're just like, why am I watching this?
Yeah, I wasn't like I'm done with you. I wasn't like I'm done with you guys. I was just like I'm just not gonna watch anymore.
Yeah,
I was at the point of like I want the Lions to be my pallbearers so they can let me down one more time before I die.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, so yeah, we missed you last week. But we talked about the Free Press. Obviously, you guys kind of ran through that a little bit. As someone that was like not on the course, because I was on the course a little bit, but you were like in the mix. What was it like? What was the energy like out on the course as you kind of made your way around?
So we started at mile 8, which is right out of the tunnel, and it's a funny place to be because you have people coming out of the tunnel, which is arguably the toughest part of the race, especially for the international half marathon. So you get people coming out of the tunnel, and like as soon as they do that loop, because you have to kind of do that loop to get out of the tunnel. You do that little loop and you come out, and it was us with just like big energy, confetti, screaming, cowbells, clappers, mics, music, everything, right? And people like, I am dying, but I have to like smile for the camera. I gotta reciprocate the energy. So I feel like that kind of gave people a boost. And then as you come out the tunnel and you get that fresh air, and then you get all that energy, I'm sure it helped people to stay locked in throughout the rest of the race. So yeah, that was really cool. And then we saw everybody from marathoners to half marathoners there. And then we made a beeline straight to mile 18 to see the rest of the marathoners for the second time. And that's a totally different part. That's a totally different energy because mile 18, you got a lot, and we saw a lot of first-time marathoners, and I saw a lot of people arriving to the pain cave, and it's very, you can see it on people's faces when you're there, and but it was really cool. Energy super high. Felt like it was really giving me an opportunity to be in service to other runners and not just feel like I'm the one that's getting all the adulation and all the cheers and stuff. So it was super cool. It was a beautiful day. The course was great. People were great. Sold out. I don't think it's like one for the books. That was probably the best Detroit Free Press marathon I've ever been a part of, to be honest.
I think that's like that's the sentiment like all around. Because they definitely leaned in this year. I mean, obviously, it seemed like the city was ready for it. It seemed like the runners were ready. The cheer squad was ready. You know what I mean? Like it was like everybody, and even they had their first elite field. It just seemed like there was a different buzz going on. It sold out, quicker than ever. Like it was Detroit's like prime for like another. If they have another good year in a row like this, it could put them in like the ranks of like the, all the other, marathon, the big marathons, not big, but like the that second tier, like so not
second
major,
tier,
like like Indy and all that stuff,
Yeah, for sure. And then not to mention, Tommy did his best Adam Silver impression and presented the award winners with their trophies or whatever they got, medals. I'm not sure what they got, but you did the announcing of the elite winners and all of that. So that's super cool.
Yeah, they got their medals immediately, like after they finish. But then at the end, they got their first time they ever had trophies. Before it was just like a big fake check. They still get the same money, but this time they had like trophies dedicated in an actual award ceremony. Before that, I think the award ceremony was more like a, like some tent somewhere and just here you go, and took a picture, whatever. But this year they had a full out, plan and a band and all that stuff. So it was actually really nice.
The trophies look nice, and then they got jackets too.
The jacket they had I think the winners, yes, they had jackets. So I think the top three got jackets, and same jacket as the rest of the marathon, like that orange Brooks jacket. But then they just said like the finisher's place on it, the
nice.
winner and all that stuff. It was cool. They really leaned into it. It's about time. It's like how many marathons in the States cross the border and go to another country? Which one, how many go over a bridge and a mile underwater, and how many are like in a city that's like literally on the comeback and it's been thriving, headed in a wonderful direction the last few years. So it's like, why not this? Why not lean into it? And it's almost like Turkey Trot, in a month, like literally needs to like lean in and carry the torch. I mean, because like, why not have Detroit running be what it could and supposed to be,
Yeah. Did the winners get a free year subscription to the Detroit Free Press?
I hope so. I mean, if that's not part of it, and like if Sydney was like wanting to stop at like mile 23, hopefully she was thinking, but I got to get that year's supply of the Free Press
newspaper, local journalism.
I'm so sick of this paywall. I gotta get in there.
Right, exactly. But I think they just did a really good job, and it was nice to have that right after Chicago. I mean, Chicago is a much different energy. It's a bigger marathon, but it may be a crazy statement, but I feel like like if you were in Chicago and then you bounced over to Detroit 7 days later, I don't feel like you're like, oh, this is so much smaller. Like I feel like it was just they just did a really great job, and I'm happy for Detroit.
Joe says the winners will get turkey legs, a year supply of fried turkey legs.
Isn't turkey legs just ham? Isn't just ham on a stick? I think it's real turkey.
I mean, I feel like you should ask a pig that.
I don't think those giant turkey legs you see. I think it's just ham.
So it's a small pig. I'm not sure where you're going with this, Gary.
No, I think they make them out of ham. I don't think they make them out of turkey.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
That's
ham, the other white meat.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever had turkey leg? Have you ever had turkey leg before?
It was dry.
It's ham, right?
No.
Yeah, mine always tasted like pork, like ham.
Gary.
Interesting.
Gary. Did it?
Allison agrees with me. Yeah. Are you okay?
I mean, honestly, I feel like you might have to find somebody else. No shade to Allison, but she's not a good base. I mean, she's from like, where's she from? Like, where, like DC? I don't even. Do they have turkey or ham in DC?
I will say.
I am okay.
I've never at the carnival when they give you them big turkey legs. I've never got one of those. Because
That's what I'm talking about.
I am an elephant ear funnel cake kind of guy. You know, turn me up. I don't need anything else. Just give me an elephant ear with a bunch of powdered sugar on it. If they got the apples, throw them on there too. I don't need no turkey. Even in my carnivore days, I don't need no turkey leg. Because you charging me $25 for a turkey leg. I'm not about to eat this whole turkey leg right here with no sides on it. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, like if you buy anything from a fair, it's gonna be too expensive. But yes, I've had the turkey leg from the fair, and wherever else they have those same type of turkey legs, and it did not taste like ham. And for correction, I'm sorry, Allison. Yes, Allison is from Baltimore. That's a T, by the way. It's actually Baltimore, but you guys have turkeys for hams and turkeys. I'm not sure, but anyway, I don't know where we're going with this. Turkeys aren't hams, Gary.
No, Google says you guys are right, but I got my suspicions.
Bro, the fact that you even Googled this, what'd you ask it? Chat GPT, can you? What did you ask?
Turkey legs at fairs are ham. I just legit. And Google AI said, "Go to sleep."
Okay, hold on.
Let's get you back to bed, Grandpa.
Random question. Now that we're here in this lane, what was your favorite food item, or maybe even drink, as a child, as a kid? Like, what's like that first thing that pops in your head? Like, this is my go-to. Like, it could be like a juice. It doesn't matter. What was the thing?
Mountain Dew.
What? They didn't have Mountain Dew when you were.
Anyway, Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is a thing I remember as a kid.
I bet you. But honestly, though, not to make a joke about your age, Gary, because I'm not even that much younger than you. But Mountain Dew back in the day. Do you think? Have you had Mountain Dew lately?
No.
Oh,
it's too much. It's too sugary. Let's get that. I think Mountain Dew back in the day had real sugar. I think what they use now is not real sugar.
Yeah,
you know, like
because I know
sometimes even now Pepsi, like even now Pepsi has like a Pepsi and then a Pepsi made with real sugar. There's two different versions of it now.
The high fructose corn syrup for sure.
Yeah.
Fago Red.
No.
Yeah, I think mine was kiwi strawberry.
Hey yo. I don't even know what this means.
50 cent. That's great.
50 cent juices.
I know about the barrel juices. I get you, but 50 cents.
Hey. Yeah. You got to put the little cent behind there, bro. I think so. Mine was like, as a kid was like apple juice, and then when I was like a teenager. Remember Tahitian Treat? Y'all remember Tahitian Treat?
Yeah, I never watched it. In high school it was a thing though.
Yeah.
I was a Fago Red guy, but I heard good things about Tahitian Treat for sure.
Tahitian Treat was crazy. Okay.
Y'all remember All Sport?
Who?
All Sport? It was like
the
Gatorade. My brother loved it, bro. It was so gross. It was terrible.
I don't know if it was gross.
It was terrible. It was terrible. Like Gatorade was terrible before, they realized we have to make this a drink that people want to drink when they're not playing sports. But Gatorade was trash when it was like in the glass. Trash.
Oh, I remember the glass. Yeah,
it was trash.
They only had like two flavors back then, orange and yellow.
Yeah, both trash. Both was just salty trash. Which it was probably better for you then.
Right.
So mine, I just thought about another one. Lunchables.
I wasn't a fan.
I don't know why I liked making the sandwich with the cracker. I think I just liked being able to like pow pow pow, like okay, quick, you got a sandwich.
It really broke my brain when they said, y'all know Lunchables was just charcuterie for little kids. And I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really though, it really is. Like somebody saw a charcuterie board and was like, we should put this in a little plastic and sell it to kids for $5 a piece.
Crazy.
A piece.
We weren't fortunate enough to you came in with Lunchables at elementary school. You might as well came in with a bankroll for real.
I mean, my Lunchables was just bologna sandwiches, like straight white bread, bologna, and mayo.
Mine was you put your number in for that free lunch.
Man, no, but listen, if you pull up to the lunch table though as a kid and then like slap the Lunchables box on the table, especially if it especially if it was the pizza.
Pizza fire.
Bro.
Pizza was crazy. I seen somebody cook one. It was crazy.
That's
what?
But
And what
yeah.
are those little like what are
Easy
those
bake.
baking things called? Easy bake ovens?
Oh man.
Oh, Joe in here trying to stand up lines in the chat. Anyway, so did anybody run today? If you ran today, like remember we used to do this? Remember if you ran today, drop it in the chat. How far did you run? You know, let us know.
You mentioned it.
Yeah, didn't you run like 20,000 miles today, Aaron?
No,
Just 18.
no, I didn't run today.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't run
Yeah.
today either?
No.
No, he didn't run today. He's not running. Yeah, I ran today because in 7 days I run the New York City Marathon. So this will be the sixth major of the year. So it's the sixth and final major of the year, seventh marathon of the year, and I don't feel like doing it.
Third New York in a row. Fourth New York.
Third New York in a row. Third New York in a row. First one was with PR Project, you and I. Second one was PR Project, all of us, and some. And okay, Joe. This is the only reason why Joe's here is so he can throw comments in, and we have to respond to some of them. So story time. Joe says, "Hey, yeah, sorry I hijacked your run today, Tommy." Joe literally like had to apologize, bro. I'm sorry for hijacking your run. The gingerbread man caught Joe. Like you ever seen the gingerbread man like come up out of nowhere and then just like jump out the bushes and put you in the headlock and got you can't run no more. Joe literally like we had to walk about a quarter mile because he just was unable to run. He tried like 15 different establishments and they all either said no or they just didn't have no bathroom in general.
Oh.
He went into a church. I'm like, a church.
They can't
The Lord will help
Sunday?
you.
On a Sunday?
Yeah, the Lord. That's the day that the Lord is active and working for sure, right? Extra. They gotta let him in. A lady goes like, "Yeah, go ahead, you can go in." And then he gets into the second layer of the door. Dude standing there said, "Nah, bro."
He said, "Brother, if you are not tithing, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave."
Joe said the dude. He said, "Oh, the lady said I could use the bathroom," and he said the dude just stared at him, looked him up and down, and was like, "Nah." I'm like, "Bro, you look like you was about to blow up the bathroom before the congregation got there." He said, "Nah, bro, nah."
How far were you guys from where you started? Because there's isn't there public restrooms at the park?
We were like a mile.
Right?
We were like a mile from there.
Was this the beginning of the run or the end of the run?
It was the one. It was after we dropped off Baby Earn. We had dropped off Baby Earn after he did his like 45 minutes or whatever.
So it was kind of typical fashion. Go a few feet, and Joe's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom." But this time
he did that
like
already. No. He did that during the 5 miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we left Baby Earn, he said, "I gotta go." I'm like, "Dog, again?" He like, "No, bro, it's different." All right, so enough about the
here.
Yeah, Joe was offended. He said I thought y'all was good loving Christians. not
bro
today,
said,
brother.
Ain't nothing in the Bible saying I need to open my doors and let these demons in.
Oh, out.
yeah. You ain't about to come drop your demons off in here, brother.
Keep that energy on the outside of the building.
Yeah, man. But y'all ever just like, so I had 10 miles today, and I just like the fact that the thought of me running 2 miles by myself at the time we finally got back to get back to the car, it wasn't even possible. Y'all ever just be like, I'm not running no more today?
Yeah.
No.
You been there?
I understand the feeling, but I usually just be like, man, if I can't check it off on my schedule, it's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. So I have to figure it out.
I mean, the way I thought about it was like, you know what? Like, if you listen, sometimes you just gotta listen to your head, like your head or whatever. Like, I'm not doing this today. Like, you don't want to. It could 2 more miles isn't gonna like add any more fitness or do anything different. But I'm like, if I'm not feeling like it, normally I'm fine. If I don't feel like it, it is what it is. I'm done. You know.
Yeah. At this point, you've ran 2 marathons in the last month and a half, whatever. You got another one next week.
Over with.
No, but even today, I didn't. When I decided I wasn't going to run, I texted Melissa, my coach, afterwards, and I said, "Look, I'm sorry. I felt like I needed to apologize because you're right. That sometimes you just got to check that box off. Like we have final surge. It's going to have like a red guy there because I didn't run today. It's like just staring at you, make you feel guilty. I think I said last week, Strava's a hell of a drug,
It is.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot of your miles this week and post it on the internet. Gary skipped a run. Yeah, the little
Gary is not a runner today.
Yeah, Gary is definitely not a runner. All right, so we got Steve said he did 13 miles easy today. Alexis did 6 and some change with 607 feet gain for what?
Climbing. I saw Steve at the free press.
Oh. And Mark says 6 miles. I don't know why. Like I just had an O there with nothing. 6 miles starting build back after Chicago. Fast turkey trot training now. Okay, I think somebody else is
same.
Okay, let's talk about this turkey trot training. How's that going for you, Gary?
Is it a turkey trot or a ham trot?
It's a ham trot. Ham trot.
It's the turkey trot with quotes. For those on the podcast, it was air quotes. I was telling Tommy, I think she's the way she's setting up my speed training is now that I'm kind of back into a regular rotation of running. All my speed work started out at half marathon pace and then dips into 10K pace, and now it's dipping into 5K pace because we're a month away. I think the race is a month from tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, right? So I think as we get closer and closer, we'll be dipping more into 5K pace so that come turkey trot, the goal is just to get after it and see where my fitness is heading into the spring marathon season. But I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I probably won't PR, but you do some good damage on that course for sure. I know the course, which is fun. I've done it a couple years in a row. So anybody else?
Yeah,
anybody else?
Do y'all like that course?
That's fine.
I've only ran the 10K.
Ew.
I've never done the 10K. I've just done the 5K.
Mark. I don't think I did the 5K before, but I did the 10K. 10K
so cold.
It is. It's usually super cold.
Yeah.
I got a different race lined up for Thanksgiving this year.
What's that?
How much macaroni and cheese and dressing and non-meat sides I can eat within 24 hours. Sweet potatoes,
You got the Joey Chestnut.
I got it.
I
got a rep for my countrymen. how many dinner rolls? How much sweet potato pie? I don't even like sweet potato pie, but if they bring it out, I'm gonna try it.
I got a question, Gary.
All types of crazy stuff.
I got a question. As a parent, would you if your kid is Joey Chestnut? Are you thrilled about it? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, at this age, if my kids try new foods like Joey in any way, shape, or form,
yeah,
I'm fine.
Yeah.
So,
are all your kids super picky?
It depends. It depends on once they try it, they're usually fine. It's just getting them to try it. It's it's the same food you like, just put together, something different. So.
Oh, they're all staring at you. They're all.
Abigail just walked in
Oh yeah. She can't hear you though, so she can't
hear.
So
we
can talk about her. Yeah,
it's funny when picky people never admit that they're picky.
Right.
I'm not picky. It's like you're picky. It's okay.
I just know what I like.
Literally,
I'm not
picky.
I'm not picky. I just only like one thing out of all the food on the planet Earth. Like Thomas was my son was Thomas was really picky for a while, but now He's still kind of picky, but he'll eat mostly everything. But if he decides he doesn't want it before you get there to the restaurant, I'm not gonna find nothing in this restaurant. Nothing that you could get in. You could order the kid lobster in the restaurant that he loves it. But if you decided when he got there something's wrong with it, this one tastes funny. This might be a vegan lobster or something like that.
This lobster don't eat meat. This crazy.
This is great. This grass fed lobster right here. No, this ain't good. But yeah, so yeah, Joe again. I think we just gonna block him. He brought up a good point. Who did it? If anybody ran Marine Corps was today. There was a few other races. There was another race today that was just incredible. The new world record for the half marathon has been set at 57 minutes, 30 seconds. And I looked at the old record was 57 minutes, 31 seconds.
1 second.
Wow.
Bro, like, and I saw the finish though, and he really ran through the line. You know what I'm saying? And if he just hesitated, if he slowed up a tiny bit, he would have tied it. Imagine running your heart out for 13.1 miles and like you tie the world record. That's got to be worse than I'd rather miss it by 2 seconds than tie.
I would rather tie it than miss it by a second, though.
Oh, what about 2 seconds? 2
seconds is a little tricky, but
yeah,
I would rather tie it. I would rather tie it than miss it, but still, it's
no.
not.
No.
I think, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna tie it by a second, at least be happy you're doing like a half marathon. Because if it's like 100 meters and you tie it by a second, they're gonna go down to the tenths and the fifths. You know?
Yeah.
You missed it by a fifth of a second.
Oh, I wonder if they do that though. Nah, I don't think they do. They don't do.
I don't think so.
But yeah, so like, but I'm saying I'd rather either not get it or get it. No tie, because the chances of you running that is a perfect day. You running the world record is a perfect day. So like you're not just gonna like come back in a couple weeks and just try it again.
Right.
But if you tie it, you're still the world record holder. You're just sharing the title with somebody else.
Right. You still get it.
I don't play well with others.
Okay. Go ahead and leave that $5,000 bonus on the table. That's fine.
right, fine. Never mind. I'll take it.
See, that's when you trump it up a little bit. You say, I'm the most recent world record holder in the half marathon when you tie. Like you gotta like
crazier and crazier. You just gotta you gotta make the story crazier and crazier. My shoe came untied, I had to stop and tie it, and then a dog chased me, and then they sent us the wrong way. If none of that happened, I would have won it outright. But I overcame all of that. And he ran downhill course. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it, you really gotta
Look, I'm the first guy from this town and this country with these shoes and wearing a blue singlet
with my name.
Tie the world record.
with my name. Yeah.
To tie the world record.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then like, trump it up is good because like you really could just be like, just call it rigged. Like his time is rigged. You know?
Yeah.
Just go all the way.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
I didn't lose. I didn't lose
the world record.
Some officials say I didn't lose. Some people say that I could have ran 56 minutes. All right, let's move on. All right, so Marine Corps was today. And Marine Corps, like, so I ran when I was just in DC, Baltimore area for work, and I ended up jumping over to run with District Running Collective just to, like, I happened to be there on a Wednesday. Like, there's no chance that I'm gonna be like that close and have a couple minutes to not go over there to say what up and kind of see the vibes, because this is like their 11th year. They've been doing it for a minute. And so I pulled up, and it was I ran the 3 mile, like there's like a 3 mile route. They do a really good job. They do a good job with their crowd and like they got waves and stuff like that, or like different pace groups go out separate. So it's kind of cool to like decide who you're gonna be with today. And it ends up being a race because you're with like everybody that's runs your pace, like pretty much within, if you stop at a light, it's 15 seconds later, everybody's right there. So it's not like this big strung out like situation. So by the end of it, you really kind of like racing people somehow because everybody tries to close out fast. It's kind of fun, but silly. But it's a hilly area. Like we did this out and back. It's hills everywhere. So like I couldn't imagine. Marine Corps was a half, a full, and a 50K. I think it was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine like what the elevation gain is on the full. It's got to be insane. Cool fun fact: I was in the hotel for this work conference, and it also was going to be where the expo for the Marine Corps was. And I'm standing there talking to somebody for work, and the guy taps me on the shoulder, and it's Cal Neff. Cal Neff is a professional runner for Ultra, and we actually Cal ran with Gary and I down in Orlando when we were there for the trials. Really nice guy. He paced Kira D'Amato in 2021 or 22 to the American marathon record at the time, and he's paced a couple other people, a couple other American ladies to some big PRs and some other records at that moment. But cool guy, and he was there for that. And then I think he was going to try to defend his title at the 50K because he won the 50K last year. So I don't even know. Are you on the website, Aaron?
Yeah, it says that it is 630 feet of elevation. So not like
it's not bad at all. Wait, for the marathon?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I figured it would be as hilly as that area looks like it is. I figured it'd be a lot.
Yeah, a lot of it is in the early portion. It looks like it's a pretty big climb up into mile 2.5, almost mile 3. And then there's a pretty solid descent from there. And then just kind of rolling for the rest of the way. Mile 22 looks like a climb for the entire mile, though. So that could be a little.
The last, yeah. And then
and it does finish uphill. This is true.
Isn't this the one where a couple years back it rained? It like got rained out really bad, and it was like flooded, or was that? Yeah. Like they had to cancel because it was like people were running through like knee deep water or whatever.
Yeah.
No, that was Flying Pig.
Oh, okay. Where was that?
That was Flying Pig, Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought there was something that happened with Marine Corps.
Like last year, like it was too hot or something like that.
Yeah, it was hot. It was super hot. That's what it was. Last year it was super hot.
Okay, got it.
I think they canceled it at some point because it was like Black Flag because it was super hot. They didn't cancel it. Maybe I'm making this up, but yeah, rained and then got super hot. Yep.
They didn't cancel. Wow. Yeah.
That sounds. Out of all racing conditions, that sounds like the worst.
Yeah.
Like having a hard rain and then the stop and then the sun comes out and the humidity hits. That just sounds like the worst kind of conditions. Like if you're in like if it's raining the whole time, that's one thing. Because it's the whole time. Like if you're in this one condition the whole time, you can kind of get used to it. But if the conditions change in the middle from like maybe cold rain to sticky hot humidity.
So you're saying it was Michigan in mid-race.
It's another day in Michigan.
Just another day in Michigan, all in 3 hours time. But yeah, no, I'm excited that to get to New York and have some fun. The majors are just like I want to be able to start.
We just did the weave because we started talking about you're in New York.
Back to New York. Yeah, so to answer your question that you didn't ask me, New York. So I'm excited about it. Thank you for asking, guys.
Actually, I think you were saying you don't want to do it, which I totally get. One,
I'm excited to go.
Yeah, but 7 marathons in a year, and the last one is probably the hardest in terms of like course wise.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I plan to. I plan to be around the 3:15 time frame, or if I can do that, like that'd be sweet. I'd be happy with that, and I could still, if I could do that and somehow have fun for at least 20 miles of it, that'd be fun. No, that'd be really cool.
I mean, that's the course they have fun at too, because there's something always going on. I feel like
that's why London is better. That's why London it's a privileged place to say, but that's why London is better than New York, because London has a lot of the same energy. But then it's like just flatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched they had the full course preview. It was 4 minutes and 30 seconds on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say I was triggered.
Yeah, you message you DM me as soon as you said it. You like I got triggered watching this. I mean, it's a fun course. You know, like it's a fun atmosphere, but like it's just really tough. It's a really tough course. Easily harder.
And watching the video, you realize how much climbing there is. Like it's even the side streets. Like it's not just the bridges. It's the streets
everything.
are also climbs, and it's just like I'll pass.
Right. It's one of those courses where when you're training for it, you got to find those long elevation hills in your area for tempo runs.
Yeah.
Like I think Kensington is a great place to train for do tempo runs out there, but like there's some hills in my area now. I think Tommy, in that 14 mile when you were doing a something, I forget what you're doing, but you're doing a workout like a 2x4, and I had you go out to 14 mile and go up that climb.
Oh, you talking about that time when I like quit the run?
Yeah. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to save your ego there, but no, go ahead and let it out. But anyway, it's just a long, slow climb. It's not super. It doesn't go super high at all, but it's nonstop. And that's what First Avenue is like, and a lot of those hills are like in New York.
All right. Well, how about we just stick on this New York vibe, and let's talk about like all of us have run New York. Aaron's run it twice. I've run it. This will be my third time. Gary, you've run it once, right?
Yep.
Let's talk about some tips for whether it's like travel to New York or, Expo New York or race day New York, whatever pops up to you in your mind. What's your tip, Aaron, or two?
I would say don't get caught up in the city. New York is a very, distracting kind of place. There's always something going on. There's always something to see. And the pretty common, I would say the most common form of transportation is your own 2 feet. So even if you're taking a train, you still got to walk. There's still a lot of walking to be done in New York. So be mindful of that. When I was in Chicago, I was with Tommy at lunch, and I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm already at 15,000 steps for the day before the race. And I'm like, how did I even get here? So, but it was just trying to navigate to the shakeout, to wherever, back and forth from hotel, food, whatever. It's tricky. So figure out your itinerary for the day before, have that in line, have that set up, and be prepared to execute said itinerary that will limit the amount of moving that you have to do. So try to keep food. If you can get it delivered, that's great. If not, somewhere close to the hotel, that would be most ideal. Or Uber. It's going to be expensive, but Uber is probably a better idea than a train. Or, if you're smarter than me, you won't get on an e-bike the day before a marathon, because I did that too. It probably wasn't the smartest idea.
You was doing that. You was doing too much altogether.
A lot, bro. It was weird. So yeah, just figure out your plan for the day before. Don't get caught up in the expo, because that was another thing that added a bunch of steps to my count, was trying to navigate through the expo and figure out, okay, I got to go all the way to because they put your bib all the way in the back of the expo because everybody wants you to walk by their booth so you can get enticed to buy stuff and all of that cool stuff. So minimize those steps. Try to get your shakeout done. Food, hydrate, find some good movies, lay down, and just chill. And your body will thank you for it on race day.
What about you, Gary Bear?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Find one shakeout run, not 2 or 3. Go to one. And really kind of what Aaron said, when you're playing your schedule out, stick to it, because there's always going to be something going on. And the problem is there's going to be something going on in one of the other 4 boroughs if you're staying in Manhattan, for example. But really just find 1 or 2 events and then stick to your neighborhood, wherever you're at. Any hotel you stay at, there's going to be some sort of pasta or heavy carb area within a block or 2 of where you're staying at. Or like Aaron said, have it delivered. But it's so easy to walk everywhere in the city, and next thing you know, your legs are fried and you don't feel like you actually did anything.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on. And the expo sucks because it's all on a concrete floor. So get your bib and get out.
Do not be one of those people that walk around in super shoes because you want to show that you got super shoes. Like just Don't do that to yourself because you'll be mad about it later. So I'd like just to add to both of what you guys said. Right now, if you're going to be going to New York soon, map out the things you want to do. Like Gary said, pick one shakeout. Like Aaron said, like, find out where the food's going to be. Like, this is a major marathon, especially in Boston's a little different. Chicago's feels a little different, but New York has, remember, 5 boroughs, and all the brands are activating in all these different boroughs all over the place. It's the most scattered situation. Everything's far away. Everything takes time. Everything you have to walk to. Pick the things you want to do, what days you want to do them. It seems like it's like no fun to plan that out, but you'll really be thankful for it later. Like if you decide like I'm not just gonna fly by the seat of my pants, because you will end up walking 50,000 steps a day. So plan it out, but then race day, make sure, like, because I think it's going to be a little chilly in the beginning. I think it's going to get up to like 60 degrees or something like that. So it'll be I don't even remember what time it starts. I think it's like a 10 o'clock start or something like that. But take your throwaway clothes, all that stuff. The village is actually pretty cool. Like it's not, it's a cool spot. Take all your throwaway clothes, all that stuff. New York has a lot of energy. It starts on a bridge. Make sure you take that easy. If you go to pace bands, if you go to findmymarathon.com and then look up the pace bands for the New York City Marathon, and you go average effort or even effort for the race, you'll see, like, say if your race pace is like 7:15 or something like that you want, or 7:20, the first mile is going to say like 8 minutes and some change. So don't be trying to gun up this first hill just because you feel good in the beginning. There's plenty of hills to try to feel good on later. So make sure you just take that first mile easy. Use the energy of the crowds during the race, because there's got a lot of crowds, but don't let them use you. Don't go. There's too many hype spots in New York for you to get hyped up every time it gets hyped, because you're going to have like 6 miles or 7 miles that are way too fast because of that. So have fun, embrace that energy just to go the pace that you're supposed to go. Save all that for like, I want to push in the last 2-3 miles. Because if you can get to 23 miles in New York, 24, and you feel like you can still close out a decent 2-3 miles, you've run the best race of the year. Save that energy because you're going to need it. New York never stops punching. It's like, no, you think that you see Central Park at mile 22, 23. You think, okay, we're getting close. Central Park's hilly. You get out back onto the street, which is like a heartbreak when they send you back outside. You're like, dang. And then you go up another kind of like slow little hills. You get back into Central Park for the last 1,000 meters. Hilly then too. There's people walking in Central Park when it's 800 meters left, because New York never stops. So chill out, enjoy yourself.
I'm one of those.
Save that energy.
Yeah. And if you make it successfully through the marathon, the Pistons play the Nets in Brooklyn on Sunday.
Oh, sweet.
You can get in the door for no money because both teams suck. And if you're lucky, you might even be able to play some minutes because both teams are terrible. So they might just pull you out the crowd and give you a jersey and let you play.
Hey man, I could probably hoop a little bit with them as long as there ain't no stairs on the court.
You knock down a corner 3, you might have a new career. It's possible.
Hey, just stand still. Just stand still in the corner.
Just pass it. Just pass me the rock. That's all you need to do. I'm right here.
Pass. All right. Alexis says, what part of NYC do you guys like to stay in for the marathon? I don't think even. I guess like we stayed in Central Park area both times. And I mean, that works out. I mean, but that's an expensive place to stay. We were
very privileged to be able to say that. But also that trek from Manhattan to Staten Island on the morning of the race, we were shuttled there, but most people aren't shuttled, and you have to literally take a plane, train, and automobile to get to Staten Island. So, we haven't had to experience the ferry, but I've heard you got to get there early because the ferries are going to be super busy. So you want to make sure you put that in, add that, build that into your itinerary. And also in Athletes Village, bring some extra clothes. You're going to be living there for a couple hours. So at least, so if you want to take a quick nap,
extra clothes in a throwaway blanket and maybe a throwaway pillow.
And some food too. Because you'll be there for a while. You'll probably have to leave your hotel at least 3 hours before the race actually starts. So bring some food with you, bring some sustenance, bring hydration. The bus is at 6 a.m., but my wave doesn't start till 10:45. Yeah, that's pretty much a work shift. So bring your laptop, log into Outlook, make sure that you can schedule meetings that morning. Like, do your thing.
Hey, says Slam's laptop shut until after the race.
You don't even have to sit out of office until 10 minutes before the race start. You could stay on.
You really got to set yourself up for success. Because this is it for most people that are there. It's a very expensive weekend. It's a very big weekend. You want to do well. It's a tough course. Everything's kind of stacked against you for like a New York, honestly. Like the weight, the shuttles, the boats, the ferry, the everything, the walking around before, the energy, everything kind of, and the course itself. So come prepared. It's gonna be a long day, but just be prepared because and make sure you're active on Teams.
Make sure that dot is green on Teams until right before you take off. It's possible.
Yeah. Hey, just find a friend to move the mouse around a little bit. Just
Yeah. I mean, and the way these
minutes. So I've heard
as many people is gonna be there. Because also let's talk about that too. I mean, Berlin just broke the record of 54,280 finishers. So I mean, I don't even know what the start line. I mean, it's probably 60,000, maybe. But at that moment, I was standing next to the race director for New York City, and he's like, "We'll break that."
Humble brag.
We'll break that. I mean, it was like at it wasn't as it happened, but it was like later. Like they were talking to each other. I was like watching two like race directors kind of battle it out. But he's like, "We'll beat that for sure." Like in New York is Chicago just had 50.
Yeah.
Or was it 52? Oh no, it was 50,000 even, right? Something like that. Yeah, so New York's probably gonna have 60, I would imagine, something like that. And if so it's gonna be ridiculous. Get there early. Don't be like, my mind doesn't. I'd rather be in the village waiting than be like stressed out and standing in a line somewhere for a ferry and all that other stuff. So get there early, be ready, prepare yourself, bring a laptop, bring food.
All that for sure.
Make sure you bring the throwaway laptop because you got
to leave it there. You have to donate it to New York City Public Schools.
Hey,
but going back to what Alexa was asking, wherever you do end up staying, you can get to where you need to be, no problem, because New York's got a great like public transportation system. But wherever you end up picking, then start mapping out how to get to where you need to be, because some hotels will have shuttles to the docks, some won't, but some trains are going to run directly there. You'll have express trains there. Just really kind of start figuring out. And I think the NYRCC, and is it NYRR and New York Road Runners, they'll have some tips for transportation as well.
Yeah. Pay attention to those emails that they send to you. I know a lot of times we just check them, mark them as read, and move on, but they have some important information in there, and it'll set you up for success. So pay attention to those. Question, Gary, do you think Eric Adams makes his usual speech before the start of the race?
Absolutely, he does.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's a New Yorker, and he's tough, and he's going to fight these despicable charges. Yes.
If he talks about despicable charges in the announcement of the race, that'd be hilarious.
He's gonna be like, "Thank you, everybody, for showing up to the New York City Marathon."
the ham marathon, the ham stick marathon.
I'm telling you, I'm not letting that go. I'm gonna keep doing some research. I'm gonna Joe Rogan that one.
Somebody sold Gary a turkey leg with fentanyl in it.
I know, bro. I think you might be tweaking. You might be tweaking. Yeah. So I think all of it is like just do your research, open the emails, do all the things because it's a lot going on, and you can have a great day. You just make sure
You
you're
gotta be prepared.
prepared for
You
it.
won't
Yeah,
accidentally have a great day.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to have some intention behind your plan to have a great day.
Yeah.
For sure.
And the city, and once you get out there, the city it really wants you to have a good day too. Like
Right.
they're gonna be screaming from not on the bridges. There's no one on the bridges.
No.
There will be no noise on the bridges, but every other spot, there's people screaming their heads off with crazy signs and great music and all the boroughs. So
Yeah.
the city is behind you. Just make sure you're ready.
I think
I have
that's it.
two.
I have what?
I have two quick things. I have two quick things that before if we're done with New York. Two.
Yeah, go ahead.
I might weave back. I might weave back to that.
The weave. Call it the weave.
We call it the weave.
Yeah,
Number one, real quick. My daughter just finished her cross country season, and freshman year had a great year. Big PR. Close the year out. So I told her I'd give her a shout out in the show. So I'm really proud of her and everything she accomplished this year.
How
Great
proud
job.
of you, Gary?
20. She had a minute 32 PR from her last race. So
Big PR.
big PR. Yeah.
We
So
love to hear
end of the season with 23:27 was her end of the year 5K.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. How proud
Yeah.
are you of this, Gary?
Super proud. She's all proud because she's happy about it too. She feels accomplished. She feels like she's got an exciting year coming up for her sophomore year and ready for track season. Like already making plans for winter, winter prep. So it's fun. It's fun to watch
And
her be excited.
14, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Tommy. Over under 4.5 years before Abigail can beat Gary in a 5K.
Ooh. What's your PR, Gary?
Old man PR?
No, I don't mean PR.
What's your-
I mean literally line up.
Oh,
and
line
beat
up.
me?
Yeah.
No, but what's your PR though, Gary? Right now?
17:35.
In that? Oh, is that back in the day, Gary? Or is that like
2021?
2021? Okay.
Yeah.
17:35. Oh man, I say second race senior season.
School record, by the way, is in the 18 set by a sophomore this year. So keep that in mind.
But current Gary,
Steve saying it'll happen before 4.5 years from now.
Yeah, but not maybe not your PR, but she'll be able to watch you in a race together.
Yeah.
Turkey trot
28.
senior year. You're washed, bro.
27.
Washed.
So 2028.
And all of us, none of us are gonna run the race. We're just all gonna be there to see it happen.
Hey, honestly, if that happens, that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet.
You saw that? You saw that glimmer in his eye though? Like he said it like with like a frown on his face. He's like, I'll be so happy for her.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah. How'd you get those spike marks on the back of your legs there, Abigail? I know you can wear spikes in the middle of a road race.
Right. Man, no, like I think that like so Thomas didn't run cross country this year, but he said he wants to run track, and like now that you put it in that light though, like I'm not happy he didn't run, but then at the same time, it's prolonged a little bit for him to be able to beat me, so I'm happy about that. Happy about that.
You think so?
Yeah.
You would think until he jump out there and surprise you.
Yeah.
Nope.
Too much
I'm
Not
wearing
too much.
I'm wearing illegal super shoes if I have to. Whatever, I don't care. But yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for her. But the second thing I was gonna bring up is this Tuesday. Everybody watch our Instagram and for a special announcement.
Special delivery. Yeah. So let's talk about this real quick. Ethel PR'd in the neighborhood. Ethel is my grandmother. So she does this. She does like this loop or 2 loops or something like that in the neighborhood, and it normally takes her like I think like 15 minutes, something like that. But this time it took her 14 or something. But she PR'd the neighborhood. My mom sent me a video of her walking one day. She just moving, going. But yeah. So yeah, we got PRs all around. So congratulations on that. But congratulations to Abigail. And then congratulations to everybody that ran this weekend, last weekend, did or didn't PR. Because like this whole vibe is like it's called PR Project because we train and we try to push ourselves. But then somewhere along the way, for all 3 of us and everybody that's been around us who was very PR focused for a long time has like come to learn that, you know, all these are lessons, whether you PR or not. There's such thing as a good race that's not a PR. You know, there's such thing as a teachable, learnable lesson moment on bad races. You know, like in all the training that we all do to get to that point, whether the day goes how we plan for it or not, is still training in the bank, experience in the bank, miles in the bank. It's for us one day to have like the day that we want. So congrats to everybody that's out there just doing their thing.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody I saw on the course in Chicago that shouted me out, showed me love. There were runners that showed me love. And shout out to the most selfish runner at the Chicago Marathon, the guy who was running next to me at mile 8 when I was on track to run a 2 hour and 50 something minute marathon. And he had a bib on his back that said 4 hour pacer. And one of the runners said, "Bro, what are you doing up here?" And he said, I jumped in the race as a pacer for the free entry. So shout out to you for being the worst kind of human ever, because that is literally terrible. So shout out to you.
Man, you should have opened up the episode on that. That guy, special type of people here. That's terrible.
Literally.
It might keep it on.
Yeah, take it off.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was
kind of joke. I mean, you could. Okay, shame on him, but then also, it's something admirable about telling the truth. Because why couldn't he just say? He could have just been like, "Oh, they didn't need me last minute, so
right,
I'm here." You know, like he literally was like. Intrusive thoughts 1, and he just like, I'm telling everybody I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? Because he could have said anything and everybody would just be like, all right, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I'm a terrible person. So
I'm wearing it. I'm literally wearing it on my back.
Wow. Terrible. I don't think I could do that.
No.
You have some nobility.
Some just enough to not do that. Like I've done some low down dirty vato things, but not like you know. All right, this is when you start to get off the show because the weave is no longer working. Shout out to everybody that like I said that ran the last few weekends. It's been a great fall of running. You got world records, you got PRs, you got all type of craziness and fun stuff. Whoever's running in New York, good luck. And I'll be there. So, just for if you want to know if you're going to be in New York, I will be running with Release Recovery. They have a shakeout on Saturday morning at like 9:00. I'll be running with them. And then after the race, I will definitely be pulling up to After Miles. The After Miles party. They're selling tickets now, so make sure you get your ticket. If they sell out, you're not getting in. They're very strict on the ticket situation. After Miles is the party I'll be going to after the race. So see you out there. Good luck. I'll also be running 3:15 pace for as long as possible. So if you're trying to run 3:15, I'll be around the 3:15 pacer people. So pop up. I mean, no.
Yeah,
but
all right.
Big shout out to my brother Jared for running a PR marathon, 1:29. Hurling. Tommy caught him on camera, losing his lunch, but he PR'd, and he said, "I'm not gonna put him on the spot here," but he said that a marathon is in his future, and I've never heard him say that. So
wow.
So,
Bro, you are
But
influential.
let's send them all the links. Hey, here's
Here's a race.
here's every marathon in America.
yeah.
From A to Z.
We could get him in Eugene. All right. So congrats to Jared, because that was a bit. I did film him throwing up. I did put it in my reel, but I cut it off before, and then he posted it himself. But like, it is disgusting. It is crazy, and it is kind of funny to watch that happen. But at the same time, like, I've been there, and to know that you pushed yourself to that point and PR'd, you earned that. You earned that, Earl. And Malik, who's in the chat, he PR'd big time in the marathon, and then was like, Malik looked like he looked like he had some, like, he pushed it through, like, the wall. Like, he went through the wall, he went through the everything, and he acted like he was just gonna walk away. And I'm like, bro, do you need a wheelchair? And he's like, no, he was gonna tough it out. And I was like, bro, you earned this wheelchair. Sit down. And he's like, all right, fine. But, like, that's super dope when you see somebody push themselves to the point of whatever, and they had the day that they hoped they was gonna have. So congrats to everybody who has those days. Signing out. PR Project episode number 92.
93. Look for the special announcement. Special announcement Tuesday.
Special announcement. Check out. Stay tuned on our Instagram. All that stuff. We'll make as much noise as possible. Thanks so much for tapping in, as you guys always do. Over and out.
It's ham.
It's not really, bro.